Hello guys and welcome to my breakdown of the cinematic for the Unreal Challenge Better Live, Better Light Than Never. And in this video I just want to show how I actually build a cinematic in case, I don't know, you're wondering how I built it, how I was just doing the things, the animations, how I set up stuff. And basically just this video is just how the behind the scenes, how I actually done the work with the lights and things like this, which I think it looks really cool. I wanted to be to do like this scene completely like on the day light, but I had a couple of issues or some assets resolutions that I know how I wanted to be, and I also wanted to use free stuff as well. So basically, I got everything I could on the Unreal Engine, on the like the free assets on the Unreal store, so I could create a nice composed scene that blends everything together. So first thing here, I just want to show that basically my main character here is a character from Paragon, okay, which was a really cool game on Unreal Engine, released a couple of years ago, but then they decided to shut down the project. But so his name is the character name is Sevarog, which is a really cool layout. I think I really like this character. I remember playing with him when he released the game, but I think he really brings that, brings the feeling to the game where you have, it's just it works so well with this scene, which is unbelievable. But going back to how I actually build the scene, let me just switch this back to just so I can actually show you better without having all the light bumping. So basically, this is the start of the scene, right? So you have some very basic placements in here as well. It's just like some grass and the floor. We have a statue in here, which is basically this statue is from Infinite Blade. It doesn't have a lot of resolution, but the good thing about this, since it's a very dark shot, you just see the contrast of the statue. You may see some texture, but I think it blends really well. You don't see these imperfections in the shot as well, which I managed to hide in the camera. And then in here you just have this guy looking around. You also have this thing, but this won't be also showing on the at the end of the result. And then I also wanted to put a statue in here just to show like some creepy hand coming up, like just to give this feeling. So I know it's overlapping in here, but when you see the shot, let me see if I can actually display the shot in here. When it goes back to the character, you can barely see it because the way I put the camera is just like it shows half of it, and because also of the lighting effect, so you cannot really see it. You see the hand in here. The fact that I wanted is all those volumetric shadows in here, and then have the light on the back, which is really crisp. I think really cool to show, so you don't see that face clipping up. And basically, the inspiration for this whole scene is just like I wanted to create this really evil, dark, medieval scene where like you have a hero running out of something, some kind of demon, or in this case like a reaper or something, that's just gonna hunt you and kill you or something like this, um, which is really cool. I think this assets works really well, and then I also managed to hide this engine here. You have some vines coming up. I think this part's really cool because you have these reflections in here, which is really nice. And yeah, so basically this part in here is just this character plays a long animation. It's not playing anything major, it's just playing a huge animation. That's why it looks really cool. The animation itself was really nice, so I didn't have to do any montage or anything. It's just played animations. You see here the details as well. Is really nice. And basically the idea is like you have this character here, the death, just looking and say, have an off or say some creepy word. And basically the idea is like the camera, it goes through whatever he's looking at, goes completely dark, and then you have the hero like starting to do some shooting here. Like I think it's this point. Yeah. So the first shot illuminates the whole scene, so you can see all the light, filling the camera, filling, capturing the scene, and going straight to the, to your um, to the camera, like to the scene, and just bringing these really crispy details in here. I wanted to add a little bit more fog in here, but I start to mess up too much with the settings and it didn't look very good. I also tried to add some more vines in here, but I think this is the right amount of stuff. If I add more things in here, it's just start to get messy. And then I also add the birds in here just for like a this just to give this kind of cool like cemetery effect-ish. And then in here, let me just unsnap from my camera, and then in here, just have my character standing in the field. Like, let me change my speed in here. I was gonna take half an hour to get it right. It's just the character, which is also from Paragon, which is a free asset as well. I remember playing with this guy as well. It's really cool. So it's a Paragon asset for free on Unreal Engine. It comes with some amazing animations. And basically it's just doing like 2 shots animations. And then those 2 shots, if I go back to elite mode, I basically syncing the light with the shot. So for example, here is dark. When he first shoots, he illuminates the scene. Another shoot, illuminate again. Another shot, sorry, and it just start to walk in a straight line, and then it's just go straight. Yeah. So basically what I wanted to do is for this scene, I wanted to put the camera something like here. So I wanted to show the character walking away. But the problem that I got is this material here for some reason is was throwing like a couple of errors. It's too much reflective and it takes a little bit away from the rest of the scene. Also the birds as well, they don't really help. That's why they're really dark scenes, so you cannot see the imperfection. You just can see there's some creatures flying around. Uh, and basically that's why I put the camera really behind the tree here. Let me just show where is the camera. So the camera is here, it's just behind the tree, looking at the character, and it just kind of goes to the side slightly, just so it doesn't affect anything on it. Uh, and yeah, and the good thing about it, like you have a very dark scene, is that you don't need to worry about the imperfections in here. Like in this scene, there's a lot of stuff that is not done well, but I somehow managed to hide everything under the camera, just looking to whatever I want to. Whatever else, doesn't matter. I just want to look to that character and just feel the scene, right? So this is the breakdown of basically this scene. So it's, as I said, very basic thing. It's just like someone running the corridor here. And then just the camera turns. I think something that helped me a lot at this point is to don't do too much complicated things and just let the light do the job. Like you just do a very settled camera, add some shake on it to add some sense of urgency, some like danger scene. Add some like a cool music as well, which I add some music in here, and some also background sound, which really helps bring the fear on the scene, the tension. And basically that's it. That's the first shot. And now let me just go to the next shot, which is this one. Actually is supposed to be the first shot. I was gonna do this one first. Actually, I did this shot first. I'm not sure why this is happening. But basically what happened in this part is you have like let me just unsnap from the camera and show basically a bit more of the environment. So you have this really cool fire effect, which that came with this package that I bought on the store, which basically that's how I wanted to set up the scene. I just wanted to do something. Let me just put here in lit. So just wanted to add like a torch in here. You have a column in there. You have some graves in here because I wanted the light to actually like penetrate, the feel that everything the void in here and actually give this very crispy effect, which I think is it helps to bring this dark environment thing when you see this. It's a graveyard. You have a fire, and then you just have a cool music playing up. You also, if you notice here, put some some puddle effect as well, which came with the acid, which is really cool. And then I just once again just did the camera I did the shots in there just to illuminate that part of the scene, just to show, oh, there's something happening. And then I actually create a projectile, which this one was really tricky to do, because I could done as a blueprint, but I just wanted everything to render, sorry, in real time as I was going through. So what I did in here, there's the projectile, and there's also a light effect, which I have to track that in the same time. So they're actually two different things. But I somehow managed to make those work fine. And then you have, of course, the character just walking animation. And then he gets in here, just get a bit angry and snaps the floor. I add some lighting effect, which illuminates the scene as well. Which really helps bringing out those crisp, this light voids, fills, and it's quite cool. And then as the light fade away, the scenes carry on. So basically, full shot. Then it's just something like this, where it's placed, goes up, and then the camera shakes. And once he slaps the hammer, when it hits the floor, I just do something like this, where I really turn the camera really fast to the right, because the problem with this is, let me just show here, the animation at this point, it does like a snapping. Also, if you see, I put this grave here in purple, it's because I don't want to show the character when he's hitting the floor, because my animation is not really great. I think this blend here, it really takes you out of the cinematic. So like he's just walking and then he's just slap the floor. There's no like movement. So that doesn't actually, I think it took me a little bit off the scene. That's why I put this grave in front of it, which you don't see the enemy hitting the floor. So you just see, whoa, something happened. You see a very bright light hitting the floor. And then that moment the camera just goes to the pitch black, just goes dark. And yeah, basically that's the second shot. And the next one I want to show is the third shot here, which is, I think is the longest, but also is the most, I think is the coolest one I actually done here. I really like this shot. There's a couple of issues on this scene that I wish to fix it. But for example, in here, you see the character here is shooting something. Let me just switch back to the late mode. And then just unsnap from the camera. And let me just return here. So you see the character walking in that. It basically is running. So I just did a shooting effect. At that point, I do some camera shake. You also have a generic camera shake, which helps you give the sense of movement. Otherwise, you have a too robotic camera. And then this first shot here doesn't matter. It's just to illuminate the scene. It's not really hitting anything. It's just to make light on the scene. It's just so you can actually see what's happening. And as the shots start to get, fade away, let me just go back to late mode here. So you see here, it's completely dark, and then it just it does some noise as well. You have the camera fading up, and then in here, it goes dark again. So I use this moment to blend the animation to the camera movements, and then I use this moment here to actually review the beast again, like just slightly increase the light, the intensity of the light. Just goes slowly increasing the light, and then you have the character walking, which is really cool because you see you have this green here which matches with the lighting and things like this. So Lumen really helps bring that effect, like combining those two assets. You have also the tree here blocking the vision as well, so you don't see what's happening there. So you have just almost half screen with light, which is really cool. And then you see just the character passing through. Of course, the music helps as well. And then you have the camera. Like the camera kind of wants to look to the beast, but then it just start to go in a straight line because I wanted to show all the environment. And of course, then the lights just start to fade away. And basically that's it, guys. That's how the shot. It really took me a while to pull this off. especially because it's my first attempt to create a cinematic thing. I just went to a lot of tutorials trying to find good examples in how techniques to handle this. Also, my graphics card is not really great, so I have a couple of delays and issues doing a couple of things. In terms of scene, what I done in here is a really basic scene here. Let me just go back to whatever it was. I think 4 is good. This is a really basic scene. So it's just like a block, like a square. I originally I wanted to do something like as you go inside the corridor, if you show the lights coming up. I wanted to show the skylight as well, but I kind of couldn't do a proper scene in the time I had. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do a very dark scene, and then I show some places where I want the action to take. And basically that's all. Yeah, I think it was a really fun project to do. I wish in the future I want to do more cinematic. I think it's quite cool to do it. And basically that's the breakdown of this cinematic, the Darktown, better lighting than ever. And yeah, hopefully that was useful if you guys trying to do cinematic as well. And yeah, see you guys around.